Hello everyone, hello dear ghosties. We are here today to discuss 10 things you probably didn't know about CyberPunk 2077 yet. What to expect from the game, what would you find in the game, and some rumors I heard and I read about on different websites, on different videos. Before we get into the video, I would like you to tell me in the comments what do you think about CyberPunk, what would you like to see in the game, what you hope will be there, and what would you like to be implemented into the game, because this is the most important part for me to see other people who like the game, what they hope, what they want from the game basically. Let's get it on with the video. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is the first game trailer. Did you know that the first trailer for this game was posted on the 10th of January 2013? So this is a great thing if you ask me, of course. And why is because it simply proves that this will be a great game, even if it won't be nominated for the game of the year. It isn't like we care about that detail, or at least I don't know, I don't care about that title, because from my point of view a title doesn't make a game better or worse. Of course, if you won't give it the worst game of the year title, I don't know. The first game trailer doesn't come up with a lot of stuff, doesn't reveal too much. It's just a cinematic scene, which is from my perspective it's beautiful if you ask me. But 7 years passed and we are closer to play the game. All I can say is anything that required this much work, it will be at least amazing. And from the recent trailers, also from the recent gameplay videos, all I can say is I'm out of my words, because the game looks beautiful, looks amazing. It's just on the next level. I can't wait to play this game, and I really hope the game will not get another delay, because I don't know, man, I just can't take it. I'm overhyped for Cyberpunk. So let's move on the next thing. The next thing we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about a little bit about the story. So we have a protagonist named V, looking for basically the chip of immortality. V and Jackie Wells have to steal the chip from the Arasaka Corporation. The things go wrong. Our guy is betrayed and almost got killed. And of course the legendary John Wick, the legendary Johnny Silverhand, who is a legendary rocker but also a good bounty hunter in the game. It's played by Keanu Reeves, the legendary Keanu Reeves. Oh my god, dude, I love this guy. So the chip of immortality actually seems to keep V alive, and I think here is the plot twist, to say it like that, because we are probably gonna become friends with Johnny, and we're gonna turn up against the corporation. So Johnny seems to want to burn the Night City to the ground, but basically we don't know how he's gonna do that and why though, because it's a little bit strange to want to burn an entire city down. The next thing we're gonna talk about, the Lifepaths. So this is a very delicate and I don't know how to say it, but this depends only on you. Why? Is because the life path you choose will provide other quests, other missions, and other characters somehow. Anyway, you will need to choose from 3 different life paths, and these are corporate, nomad, and street kid, of course. The biggest difference here is if you play as corporate, as the name suggests, you will be a high-pressured corporate as an Arasaka agent with a body full of the highest military software. My guess is the pressure you get from being a corporate is only because you need to find and retrieve the chip of immortality, and that will be pretty hard when you go against V, the character we play, and against Johnny Silverhand. So you will start the game in the Arasaka Tower. This is where you will meet up with Agent Jenkins and begin your story and dive into the Night City. The next life path, the Nomads. The Nomads are usually found in groups, but you will start the game alone into the Badlands, a wasteland spotted in derelict buildings, where you will meet Jackie Wells. So basically we meet the most important character, at least the most important, because we meet Jackie Wells, the guy from the story part. This path will take you from the stretch of the desert surrounding the night city straight to its border, where you will be thrown into the interrogation. So I don't know very much about this part of interrogation. I don't know who hold that interrogation part, and also what they want, or what do we know. I don't know, guys. This is gonna be a little surprise there. The next life path that you could choose, and actually this is my favorite one, because it's the street kid. The street kid is pretty amazing from my point of view. As a street kid, you will know the city like you know your own pockets, and I think this is quite an advantage to know the night city so well. Your journey will begin at El Coyote Coyo in the Haywood dive bar. I hope I say that right, because I don't want to f it up. So you are at that bar in the Haywood, where you have a lot of friends, a lot of connections. In the bar you will meet with Kirk, an ally with a lot of resources in the night city, a lot of connections. This life path system is actually pretty good, because it's up to you who you want to be in the game, which story would you want to play. So if you want to be a completionist, I guess you are gonna play all of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter for you. But I'm most attracted to the street kid. I don't know about you guys, but you can tell me into the comments if you want. Next part we're gonna talk about, and you probably didn't know this, or I think you know this, is the character creation. Well, this part is the one I love the most, and if you want to ask me why, it's simply because it's simple at the same time, but it's also complex. It's nice because what you choose doesn't define who you actually want to become, or who you actually are. Okay, let's just start with the beginning. You have the option to play as a male or as a female character, so that's the first thing you're gonna choose between. The second, you enter into the magnificent part of customization, or at least the start of it. So basically you can choose your style, your clothes, your makeup, and of course your piercings if you want any. I don't know. You can add some glow to your character, and also some amazing tattoos if you are into tattoos, but I am, so this will be so diverse, but it's again up to you. After you do all this stuff and you create your character in the game, you will be able to even modify your character more, and this is the fun part. This is the complex part, because what you did in the customization part doesn't define your character at all, because in the game you're gonna modify it anyway. So basically you won't have the same character as you started with. That's pretty good, and I say this because you can unlock different mods for your character, like eye mods and a lot of arm mods to make it even better. So these mods can improve your gameplay, like the eye mod allows you to zoom in and see better, and the arms one, if I'm not mistaken, here are the blades that comes up from your arms, and you can use them as melee weapons. So this is pretty amazing. I love this game. I love this part of the game. The next thing we're gonna talk about is you can hack others and be hacked too. This part actually reminds me of, I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of Watch Dogs, but I don't know, I'm pretty disappointed about the last Watch Dogs game, and I mean the Legion one. So I will just say that CyberPunk took the basically idea and take it to the next level and improve it. Like, that's pretty amazing. So let me tell you about it. You can hack into the NPCs, so in this way you can get vital information like their faction, their connections, and stuff like that. This will prove useful during your missions if you want to find out some secret stuff, or just find out some connections, and after that you can use the connections. If it makes any sense what I'm saying right now. Don't worry, because you're not overpowered as you think you are, because guess what, you can be hacked too. So other people can hack your vital information, your connections, and this is pretty neat if you ask me, because I don't know, dude, if the gangs take you, kidnaps you, okay, let's just put it like that, and they want to get information from you, they will torture you somehow, but they won't, because they are gonna hack you. and get that information anyway. So this is a pretty cool stuff, and I guess there will be missions where you will be kidnapped and hacked for information. So I can't wait to see that. The next thing we're gonna talk about is the choices, and that's the title. I put it in here. So this is something that reminds me of games like based on decisions, like Detroit Become Human. That was a beautiful game. I love that game. So why I say that, it's actually because every decision you take, it depends on which path you will go on. If you choose wrong, you'll have a different ending. So it's not just that. Everything counts, everything matters. That's why I think this game is so different from the others. I see many people comparing CyberPunk with Witcher 3. It's true, they are developed by the same company, CD Projekt Red, but for real, these two are different breeds. I mean, you can't compare it. So back on choices, take care of what you choose, because this can affect your gameplay or improve it. I don't know, it seems like it's the same for companions, your friends. You would have friends in the game who have connections and people they know and access to different vendors, different items and stuff like that. But if you choose wrong, you will not have that friends. So be very careful on which side are you and who's your friend, because you never know who's on your side. The next thing we're gonna talk about is the street cred, and this will be a system like, I don't know how to say it, like reputation, and this will improve by what side quests are you doing, if you're doing any of them. I personally hate side quests in every game, but I don't know, who knows, maybe this will change my mind. CyberPunk probably is gonna change my mind about side quests, but this street cred is more like a form of currency. Like from what I read and what I heard, if you do this side quests, you are gonna get street cred, which probably is street credibility, and you can use that to unlock missions, vendors, connections, mods, probably, I think weapons, why not. And it's more like how popular are you on the streets and how much credibility you have when you go probably into the underground vendors, underground stuff, black market stuff. If you have any like that will be amazing. If you have to choose to be a bad guy and you need to access like a black market store, you can't access it if you're not a bad guy. You know what I mean? That will be pretty amazing. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like that. The next thing we're gonna talk about is the multiplayer system. CD Projekt Red confirmed there will be something like a multiplayer plan for CyberPunk, but this is not gonna come up from the beginning, but will be there. In the end, will be there. So it will be something like layer of replayability. It will be there. This will come in later. I don't know much stuff about the multiplayer system because I couldn't find out. Probably we will find out more about it when after the game launches and receive some updates and stuff like that. It's gonna come up later anyway, so nobody knows how it's gonna be. But I really hope this will be a multiplayer world, like you can have your friends going to the night city bars and I don't know, have fun doing missions, co-op, like a co-op stuff, if makes any sense. I don't know, I love co-op games, so this will be pretty amazing. I don't know about the multiplayer because you need a huge map, free roaming, stuff like special quests, special missions to don't become really boring. I don't see a clear image with a multiplayer system for CyberPunk, but I really hope if they are gonna add that in the game, it's gonna be at least good. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with only the CyberPunk game, so please don't delay it again and let me play the game, dude. I can't wait anymore. It's amazing. It's pandemic anyway, so I don't have anything to do. I'm waiting here for CyberPunk to come. Let's do it. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is the fight system. So many people in there says like the fights in this game are gonna be brutal, you know, you don't have a health bar, so I don't know, that's basically games on hard mode. You don't need a health bar if you are good at hiding, dodging, movement. That's the basic of FPS games. I know this this is not entirely an FPS game, but for real, it's the most part of it. It's FPS. So I don't know, dude. You don't need a health bar. I know if you get shot, you die. Strange, right? That happens in the real life too, dude. I mean, if you get shot, you probably are going to die. You have chances of dying. So I think that's the point of the game, to become more realistic and more complex. If you need that specific point to play a game which resemble the reality into it. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty okay. I like that element. But because they want the fights to feel like real life, you have this complex system where, to be honest, if you get shot even once, you have big chances of dying. So that's pretty it's gonna be complicated, and I like that. What I heard recently is there's gonna be a skill tree. You are gonna add points into the skill tree to unlock different abilities and stuff like that. That's the RPG element, because CyberPunk is not an FPS game, it's an FPS RPG or RPG FPS. I don't know how to put it, but it's something like that. So I like the RPG element, because what I don't like, and I hope it's not gonna be like that, it's the level part. If you have your enemies have levels, you can't fight them until you reach a specific level. I've saw that thing in other games like Rage 2, and I had a rage when I played Rage, because I couldn't advance in the story if I won't make the side quests to reach a specific level to get into the boss fights and advance with my story. So that sucks, because I hate that. Why? It's simply because I want to play the story game, and I want to play the main quest game, the main story game. I don't want to go on the side quests. I hate side quest. I hate spend more time on side quests which are not part of the story, because if they are meant to be part of the story, just put them into the main quest storyline. Don't put them aside and say like, oh no, they're optional, don't worry about them. Hey, guess what? You can't advance and go to your next boss or the next enemy if you don't make that side quest. Dude, that's dumb. I mean, I don't want to play a game which is like that. So anyway, CyberPunk won't be like that. I hope it won't be like that. Or I like the fight system, because you have so much different weapons, and we're gonna talk about weapons anyway into another video, don't worry about it. So the last thing I want to talk about with you guys is the property system and the map density. So I read somewhere on the internet that you can, and you would of course, if you want, you can own multiple properties. I like different apartments, and they will be in different districts, because in CyberPunk you have districts, and this is pretty cool. This is a good future, if you ask me, because property owning is always cool in gaming. We like that in GTA, we like that when we heard it's gonna be implemented in Red Dead, but the prices were up. So anyway, but I don't know for sure, but I want to think the apartments can be customized, because that will be the amazing part. Just imagine you can own multiple apartments and you can customize them to be like your dream apartment. And I said this because if you can customize your weapons, your character and your vehicles, it will be pretty strange if you can't customize your apartment. I don't know, a little thing like change the walls color or something like that. I was looking at many articles on the internet and other YouTube videos, of course, and I found out again that many people compare this game with Witcher 3, and I don't get it. I don't understand why you need to do that, because that argument should not exist. That comparison should not be there. So of course they compared the map of the CyberPunk against the map of Witcher 3. The rumors says the map from CyberPunk won't be bigger than the map from Witcher 3 if you have to compare it. But one thing they said into this article, it's the map will be denser. Like the map will have a lot more details than the Witcher had, and of course that's pretty logic if you ask me, because the games are so much different and they need to be like that. So I think here comes the first person element. The developers said something like the first person element was implemented into the game only for the players to be able to see all the details this game has to offer you. So I don't know, dude. I loved CyberPunk from the first video I saw with it, because I'm into this sci-fi thing, and I don't know, I can't wait. In the end, guys, we expect a great game from 2020. Yeah, I know 2020 was a horrible year, so it was for me. I lost my job, so I just felt motivated and start this YouTube English channel, even though my English is not perfect and I'm not native in English, so I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. I'm sorry, guys. You can tell me in the comments and I will try to repair that. So at least my last hope is CyberPunk is gonna change my end of the year. Let's just say it like that. The end of the year I want to be changed by CyberPunk. I have a lot of hype for this game, and I think I'll have all the reasons to be hyped like this. I don't know, it's a cool looking game. So don't forget, guys, if you like this video, I would like you to subscribe and support me if you want, and if you like this video, because more videos will come, and not just videos like this with stuff about games you didn't know. Also, I want to make some let's play videos, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but I know for sure I'm gonna do them. So I'm gonna record CyberPunk for sure, but I don't know how I'm gonna edit the videos. I was thinking about doing a let's play channel. It seems like the let's play niche is it's kinda dead if you're not big. I mean, can't grow a YouTube channel with let's play videos in 2020, because there are already too many people on this niche. So I need to find out something and a good way to edit my videos to grow a channel like that. Anyway, I was Ghostard. Now I'm signing out.